Today is the day our Wayfarer Vans meetup starts. We've got the banner right here. We should have all the van lifers coming from all across the West Coast in very shortly. I think we'll have like 10 vans and maybe up to 20-25 people. It's gonna be a crazy fun trip. The first Wayfarians are arriving right now. Hi Wayfarian! Our first van lifer that just came in was Stephanie, and now look at this great sign. Welcome Wayfarer campers, choose your sites. This is gonna be a fun weekend. Wayfarer Vans, if you don't know, is the company I hired to build out my camper van back in February of 2025. Now, as a tour guide, I've helped host a lot of trips, and when the CEO and I started talking, this is Ian right here, by the way, in the amazing hat, and his wife Rachel, we started talking about putting on group trips for the Wayfarers who have these incredible adventure vehicles, but probably don't know what to do with them yet. So this is the first of those trips. The Wayfarer weekends is what we call them. Now, as an official guide for Wayfarer, I help them plan, organize, and host these trips in some of the coolest towns across America, because I've been to all 50 states and discovered some of the best places this country has to offer. We had 21 people at this trip, and you're going to get to experience our first ever Wayfarer weekend by watching the rest of this video. Oh, did you just drop your money?
She did.
Oh, it's so good. 5-second roll. There you go.
It's a little crunchy. That's going to be a little crunchy.
That's a Wayfarer.
Yeah.
Get everybody together, as many Wayfarers as possible, but logistically, whether that's calendar time of year or just location, makes it hard to reach now our almost 1,200 members. A while back, I was brainstorming of just like, how do we offer more for our Wayfarians and also get them to come out and to these really cool places. We're hoping to build this momentum up, Jake and I, for this year and carrying into next year.
First nights of this Wayfarer van trip done, and these people are awesome, man. It's not many opportunities that you get to sit around the campfire with 21 people and all laugh and all be part of the same community. Like, this is a very special experience that I've never really had the honor of doing before. And thanks to Wayfarer Vans and being part of this company to be able to do these trips, I'm having the experience of a lifetime. It is the morning of day 2, and last night I announced around the campfire we're gonna do a little arch hike today, go to Mobius Arch, but everyone's in until usually the morning of, and then you actually have to show up and go on the hike. So we're gonna see how many Wayfarians actually are willing to show up and do the hike today. And we'll find out in about 15 minutes here. This is Joyce, and she is the only one who showed up for the hike on day 1, which I thought was hilarious. This is a different audience than I've ever guided for before. I've taken trips to Alaska, to Greece, to Iceland. This is a different audience, so getting people out and hiking is a little bit different, but Joyce is the only other person I've ever met who's been to all 50 states in America, just like me. She is amazing. The only person that woke up early enough to come on the hike. What do you think? Are you happy you came to see?
It's beautiful. It's
Mobius.
wonderful.
Good.
I haven't seen the arch. So, you know, like I said, there's always something new, something you miss. You can't do it all.
After a little morning hike, everyone's had their coffee. Now we're going to go around in a little group and do a van tour of everybody's vans. I think we got 9 vans here. So you're going to get to see a lot of different builds. You've seen a lot of mine, but these over here are some really beautiful vans. By one of these guys is like an engineer, so wait till you see this thing.
Van up there with the boat on it.
So this is the first version Wayfarer vans ever built. They would put together these little ProMaster cities and create these awesome little setups inside. Just something to be inside and shelter you from the rain. But the setup is pretty impressive, man. Check all this out.
That is a great thing about the Wayfarer.
It's a little oasis when you step inside. Your legal name is Shop Mom, right?
Shop Mom, yes.
Okay. All right, that's
I know
right.
I should put Shop Mom on there somewhere.
So
Put it on my thing.
what's the name of yours?
Yuri.
Yuri,
Yeah.
because?
Well, because it's an old Seinfeld story. So during COVID, we were watching like Seinfeld and The Office, all that stuff. And so there's this episode that George and his girlfriend Susan are on the street, and Kramer comes by and he calls her Lily. And so Jerry started calling me Lily. And so when I was looking for a name, I said, "Don't call me Lily." He goes, "You should just name your car Lily." And I go, "No." And so when I was looking up names, Yuri is Japanese and it means Lily.
Oh, really?
So I went, "I like Yuri."
Oh, my.
I bought your lights.
Oh, I love your national parks.
And
Wow.
So I love those lights.
Yeah, so that's one thing I have to say. These lights here, because they're rechargeable, and then they're dimmer and they're on motion sensor, and they just stick on metal. But what I have really handy is they fit perfect right here. So when I need to crawl at night because my propane ran out and I want to, then the light automatically comes on, and it's just tucked away. You don't see it. And then I have another one up here for reading. And then that way these lights aren't all on.
These socks you have. So this is not Wayfarer either, right? Okay.
I can put a month's worth of food in here.
A month?
Yeah.
You must be such a professional van cook.
I mean, I pre-cook. So there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the bacon.
Oh my!
So I only boil water. This is lasagna.
You installed your own sink here too.
Lasagna.
I'm
No.
noticing.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to hop in here and look at this? It's gorgeous. Yeah. It's like stepping into a little like hotel paradise.
Yeah, and then I know, and then when I'm gonna have to go into my place, which is like going into a hovel.
We named it Chili Beso because we were small partners in that brew pub, and then when we sold it, hence the van.
They paid for the van.
Yeah.
Wow.
Space with open containers. We raft, so we need a place to put a boat. We need a place to put oars.
Oh, I would definitely. Yeah. Just make sure you have enough water to keep.
Yeah. I'll repeat her government name, but this is Maggie. Birth certificate name is Magnolia Flower Van Wanderlust. Maggie for short.
No steps.
3.
Should use 4.
Well, I only have 2.
Oh, sure.
Let me see here.
So this is pretty fun now. We just finished the van tours this morning, and now we've got a caravan right back here, and we're all going up to a hiking valley. I've never been in a van caravan before, but we've got like 9 vans back to back right now, and this is so much fun. To pull up in all these vans. We've got mine, we've got all the other Wayfarians here, man. Oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful vans. This is the coolest thing. It's not often you get to hike with this many people. Not that many people are down that often, but when you get in the right groups, you point at the mountain and everybody says, I can't miss out on this. Look at these folks. There's a reason so many people flock to California, is if you just drive down through the valleys, you're like, man, this place sucks. It's like, it's 90, 100 degrees down there. It's flat. There's not a lot of life. There's not a lot of water. But you come up into the drainages and suddenly you've got these wild paradises. Look at the terrain on these mountains. There's snow, there's water, there's fish in the lakes. It's just like a total different world that you can only get to by passing through the gauntlet of the desert. You got to do Mad Max, and then you get to come up into Avatar Hallelujah Mountains. It's so fascinating, and you never find these places unless you just have a ton of time to wander around or come with somebody that knows what they're doing. That's what we're doing with these Wayfarer trips, is that we're unlocking people's favorite discoveries, best towns that they found across all their camper van travels, and it's really, really fun. Who would have thought you drive down here into the Southern California desert and you find an alpine lake? That's pretty cool. Now, the only thing is finding a way to access, because it's a law of the forest. You have to swim in every alpine lake that you find. How beautiful. That's cold enough, it almost took my voice away. But we did it. We obeyed the laws of the forest and swam in the lake. Here goes Michael. You! Look at that six-pack coming out too. Let's go, Ian! Oh, that worked so well. Oh, look at the speed.
He's walking.
That was epic. Night 2 around the campfire. These are some of the best parts of the day. Look at what look at what you made right here. Look at how pretty that is. Do we get the first bite on camera?
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous. This is our final full day adventure with Wayfarer on this side, Wayfarer weekends. And today we are up here studying the bristlecone pines, the oldest living organisms on the planet, some of them up to 4,500 years old that have been measured and cored. So they're super, super interesting trees. We're gonna get up there and go find what is supposed to be the single oldest one. They don't tell you the exact location of it, so we're just going to be in the same area, but this is a very special ecosystem. We're up at 10,000 feet right now. These are the only trees that dominate this place, and we're going to learn all about them today. Starting our hike, and while we're going, I can tell you as much as I can about these trees. So the first thing is trees are hermaphroditic. That means they have both male and female reproductive parts. So you can see the male cone right about right here. This is where they release the pollen low. And if you look up or find one on the ground here, this is a female cone that holds all the seeds. So the reason you have the male cones that release pollen lower is so the tree doesn't accidentally reproduce with itself. The female cones are up high and they get pollinated by other trees in the wind. And then the male cones release their pollen low and it creates genetic diversity. Now, another thing that's really interesting about the bristlecones is if you zoom in, you'll notice half this tree is missing. Normally, that'd be a big problem for a lot of trees because it allows insects to come in and there's no fire protection either. But if you look at the ground up here, there's not very conducive to fire conditions. Not many things can grow up here. The soil is super basic. So there's very few plants that can tolerate that. Bristlecone pines are one of them. Second, when bristlecone pines grow very slow and very harsh conditions, their wood gets harder over time, so they're not investing as much energy into growth up. They're just getting harder and stronger, so it makes it really hard for insects to chew through that wood and make it a problem for the trees. And second, they produce a ton of sap even when the bark is off to prevent them from being eaten and preyed upon by little bark-eating beetles. So these trees can survive with like 90% of their bark gone, and that is so rare among tree species. That's what makes these things be able to live so long.
Yeah, I know. I think Rampart Ridge Road was built like that.
Oh,
Built with government money, just to give people a job.
plus cement repair.
Right? Yeah.
We made it to the best view. Look at all these bristlecones. The whole thing is one basically a monocrop of these bristlecone pines that dominate. The only plant that can grow up here is these awesome, gnarly, 4,000 plus year old trees. You could have come here back in the time of late ancient Egypt, and this forest would have been virtually unchanged. Like, how cool is that? Shakespeare was writing his poems, and these trees were all still here. Last night around the campfire with Wayfarer.
That sounds like something from Spaceballs. The movie.
Well, there was a TV show.
What a trip.
What was it?